master on. The principal knows the street you live on. The farmer's market runs all day long. The Saturdays are full of songs. School bus is packed with kids from his street. The pool is full of every swim meet. The street dance is stacked with the people on their feet. And that's kind of the 4th of July.
Ali,
John, great to see you.
great to see you.
See, I already have a beer ready for you.
Thank you.
Welcome to Allie's.
Thank you. John from where am I from?
You're from the Brown Dog Films.
Brown Dog Films and John from the Madeira Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Allie from Allie's Bar and Grill.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
So I have a few questions.
I'm looking forward to it.
And I think the city of Madeira and the people of Madeira have a few questions for you if you are ready and up for it.
I'm ready. Let's hit it.
Let's have it. I don't think you read through these questions.
Go ahead.
'Cause I don't know if you know what to expect.
No, I didn't want to.
All right.
I wanted it to be authentic.
Are you
Kind
gonna
of like
be-
me.
Are you going to be ready for these questions?
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready for the questions.
So,
I'm 29.
29.
Going on 50 in July.
So I've decided to give Allie a few of my favorite questions so that we can all get to know her a little bit better.
God help us.
Business owner, small business owner in Madeira. And the best way to get to know the small business owner is to really kind of dig into who she is. So let's give her a couple hardcore questions. So I'm going to start from the top
Okay.
and go to the bottom. So where did you grow up?
I grew up in Norwood, Ohio. I went to Purcell Marian High School. That's always a Cincinnati question. Graduated with the class of 1992. So I went through Catholic school my entire life until I moved away.
So that is a Cincinnati question.
That is a Cincinnati question. Summit Country Day, St. Mary's Grade School, Purcell Marian High School.
Moving here from Chicago,
Yes.
it was never a question of where you went to. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. It was
Yes.
more of like, what town did you grow
What
up
town?
in? So I still get the,
Were you close to this part of Hoffman Estates or, you know, this hospital or that monument?
yeah, what mall?
What
Are
mall?
you closest to?
That's a very familiar one.
Yeah.
Ours was Surrey Square in Norwood. That would be the mall question.
Is it still around?
Oh, heck no, it's a big giant Kroger's now.
So now that you are drinking a beer, what is your favorite beer?
Miller Lite.
Miller Lite.
Yep.
Out of all the beers that you
Out of
have,
all the beers I could drink, Miller Lite is my favorite. It's my go-to.
does it bring back memories from?
No, I think if I had a memory, it would be a Hudipole Gold can
Okay.
because I was potty trained. Oh yeah, my dad owned a bar. I was potty trained with a Hudipole Gold can. I actually have pictures. It's hilarious.
Do you remember your first sip?
No, I was 2. But I remember he used to have me go into the basement and he was shining his shoes because when he was practicing law, I remember that he would always have some kind of a beer. And a lot of times it was Heineken or back in the day, MGD.
Okay.
Ooh. Yeah, that hurt my liver saying out loud. But yeah, I think that was probably like one of my close memories with my dad, who's still with us, is he would always have me drinking like a little sip, a nip, a snort, as they would call it.
Okay. Was it a pull tab?
Absolutely, the kind that you had to rip all the way
Right.
off, and you were lucky if you kept your finger.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
The Hudy Gold cans are probably one of the staples from back in the day too.
And do you carry those
No, I just have the cans on display.
cans on display?
Yeah.
So then we've done beer. So what's your favorite mixed drink?
Dirty martini.
And you make a pretty good dirty martini.
I like
right?
it green.
And if anybody likes dirty martinis,
Gin.
gin.
I love gin.
Okay.
Not a vodka girl. Never have been.
Okay.
Gin.
And your favorite brand of gin?
Probably, this is going to sound silly, Gordon's.
Gordon's.
Because it's not floral, it's cheap, and it'll get you hammered.
Okay. Tell me about some of your favorite music, and if you were to make a mixtape or control that jukebox over there, or make me a mixtape to play mixtapes were the thing back in the 90s or the 80s.
You can use the pencil to get it back in if the cassette reel came out.
And you were to make one for your crush or
Which I
whoever.
probably made several, and I know I did.
yeah.
I received several too.
Or you received several
A lot.
from,
I still have them.
right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do you have a tape player?
2 cassettes on each side because you had to like record one for your friend.
And then if you press down like the record button halfway, you could kind of
Yep.
be a DJ and mix them together.
And then you had the cassette that you put up to the other radio so
Yeah.
that you could record the music off of the radio. Totally.
Yeah.
So music. I have 3 different kind of genres that I kick to. Most of it's very yacht rocky, but 311 is my favorite band, right? I know. You didn't hear that coming, did you?
No, I did not see that coming. No.
A huge 311
Okay,
band.
awesome.
My favorite song of all time, I know. My favorite song of all time, though, is Boogie Shoes by Casey and the Sunshine Band. And if you ever hear Billy Joel playing, it's probably me in here. But lastly, it's weird if I am having a really, really bad day, I put on Safety Dance. S.A. I normally clean to that. So that's one of the main songs on our jukebox.
Can we just rewind a little bit to the 311?
I
You know how many 311 concerts I've been to?
I bet you've been to as many as I have.
30-ish.
Oh, you got me beat. I still have all my concert tees though. I refuse to like donate them, and they've got like holes or bleach marks on them, and I'm like, no, that's my thing. And most of them are green. But that was one of the first concerts I ever took my son to was 311. I've got some great pictures of that. So
That's awesome.
yeah, that's my band.
A country you want to visit one day and why?
That's a toughie. No, it's not that tough. Probably Russia.
Okay.
Because my last name is Tepe, and in ancestry, if you go back, you could see that we're actually related to Vladis Tepes, Vlad the Impaler.
Ooh.
So I kind of want to go back into that area. Yeah, fangs and. So I want to see that country because my family's from there, but I have a very Slavic look anyway. So probably there, and then second would be probably Australia. I just have always wanted to go. It sounds like my kind of place because my nickname was always Gator.
Yeah.
And so I want to go and see the crocodiles and maybe get painted up like an Aborigine with tribal man, tribal lady. Yeah, those are my 2.
Your all-time favorite TV shows, top 3.
Top 3, 60 Minutes.
Okay.
I have a thing for Dan Rather. It's weird. I know. I'm a whole mystery, aren't I? Definitely that. Golden Girls.
Golden Girls.
Love me some Golden Girls. And probably back when it was like not necessarily totally popular, when it first came out, was Three's Company.
Okay.
I really liked the fact that there was a male best friend and that comfortability with the women that he lived with. Because I'm kind of a guy's girl. So that always resonated with me.
An animal that best describes.
Ooh, probably the alligator.
Okay.
But that's a lie. I totally lied. Flamingo.
You have a flamingo somewhere.
I have flamingos everywhere. I look like a zoo at my house. There's a flamingo up there.
Yeah.
There's a story behind why.
Okay.
Because when I get hammered, see, I do this and I stand on one leg. So they call me the flamingo. That's when you know I'm totally ready to go home. You see the flamingo come out, she's got to go.
Your strangest good luck charm you have ever owned, and is it in the bar?
It's on me.
Okay.
It's this. That's
You gotta show it to that one.
that one. This is my son's thumbprint, and on the back you can see it says Tyson Guy, but it also says my Beau, because I nicknamed him Beau. So this is my good luck charm. The other good luck charm in the bar would be the Haps hat, because that was my dad's bar. So on me, in the bar.
The one in Mount Lookout?
Hyde Park.
Hyde Park.
Still there.
Yeah. Who are your inspirations?
Oh, my dad. My dad. He's amazing. They always say that you can feel someone's heart and the warmth that comes from inside them. and my dad's that way. And then probably if I had to pick someone aside from that, I mean, my mom, definitely. My parents are very inspirational people. They taught me how to love and also to interact, to be a natural marketer. Good thing. Those probably two are my biggest inspirations. And I'm trying to think if there was a figure that's inspirational that I really resonate with. Those are pretty much the only two, because I mean, you could look up to sports figures or superstars or movie stars, and no, my parents, that's where it should start. You know, be inspired by the people that raised you, that you constantly get thanks from and praise from, and that they continue to say we're proud of you. Those are my inspirations, and I'm lucky to still have them.
Yeah. 3 things you admire most about your husband.
His work ethic.
Okay.
Oh, that's sexy to me.
Yeah.
It really is. We call him Dan the Man for a reason. He can do anything he sets his mind to. I also truly believe that the reason we're together is I could feel how much he loved me. And so that to me is a really big part of him. And then behind closed doors, and maybe you gotta look at this the other day, he can be a total goofball. And that to me is also fun. Humor is such a big part of my life, and I needed somebody that I could just look at and laugh and look at and smile and not even have to have him say anything.
Yeah.
We also can fight like cats and dogs, which is super fun too for others. But yeah, those are probably the 3 things about Dan. He really is, he's a great guy. And he's supported me through ups, downs, picked me up off the floor when I didn't want to get up anymore. Constantly is encouraging me to continue on. That's a big deal. That's a big deal to me. Yep, that's Dan. Couldn't put us together in a lineup, but that's Dan, my man.
A compliment someone gave you recently that stopped you in your tracks and made you realize, I really am doing what's good for me and others, and I'm happy about that.
Last week, I had a father who was here, and he said, we never came to this restaurant before, but we come here once every other week with our children because you're here and you're so welcoming. And that's a compliment beyond anything that could ever be put on Google or Yelp. It's a parent saying, we love this, we're comfortable, we're safe, we're happy, our kids are welcome. Because we've had kids from 2 days old to 102 come into the restaurant. But that probably was the one thing that I heard recently that made me proud. And I don't do enough of this, but hearing people say that about the restaurant makes me really excited.
Good.
That's a great compliment to receive.
A memory that still makes you laugh.
We talked about Dan being a goofball. So there's video of him, multiple videos, but I always catch him singing. So he will always be just singing love songs. So there's several of them that just popped into my mind, just hearing him belt out, could it be I'm Falling in Love by the Spinners, and then dancing. That's probably one of my favorite memories. That always makes me giggle.
If you could transport Ali's Bar and Grill to a different time period for a weekend, one weekend, Old Western, the 70s, the 30s, etc., what time period would you think Ali's would have the most fun in?
1920s. I want to be that hidden prohibition bar with the spittoons on the end of the rails, you know, just real old-timey, where when people walk in, they're like, where's the hooch? And they're like, we don't know what you're talking about. This is coffee. I think that'd be kind of fun. That and be able to serve like old noodle bakes and casseroles and, you know, very home style food. That would be my era for sure. That's totally me.
Yeah. I could see you dressing up like that too.
It's not animated at all.
So on that note, same idea, same concept. I'm going to skip ahead a couple questions. Is there anything on your menu that you're surprised about that people order more than you expected?
Yes, the poutine it's become a giant crowd favorite, and the minute you have it is when you want it again and again, because it's such a delicious, like savory, gut feeling, gonna take a nap after I eat it kind of a dish. And we put a lot of time and effort into it. So everything from the short rib cooking as slow as it does to making sure the cheese curds are melted in it. I'm hungry now. And then just the little bit of truffle zest that we put on top, it really does make it. So probably the poutine.
When you were a child and you were doing something like cooking in an easy bake oven or make believing that you were a waitress with your family, is there something that forecasted your future that you're doing now? Maybe nothing, or maybe like you were doing marketing when you were a kid. Is there anything that you were doing when you were young that forecasted your future?
Bartending for my parents. I'm kidding. I really never learned anything about cooking. I was not, my mom will attest to this, Kathy. I was never allowed in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It was her domain. So once I got older, I started to experiment a little bit, but I still really didn't like cooking until probably my late 40s. I got really into it, but I could bartend like a sailor. That was always my thing. And my parents threw incredible parties. So I was always very good at cleaning up. I was always the one that would go and make sure everything was taken care of at the end of the meal. So it works very well around here. So I'm trying to pay attention to dishware and glassware and take care of that. So that's probably the best answer for that one.
Is there anything new coming out on the menu this year?
We have several.
Okay.
So one of the things we're adding is a fried bologna sandwich called Bill's Bologna.
Okay.
We also have deviled eggs.
Awesome.
And what are the other ones? A BLT salad.
Okay.
And I'm trying to perfect this right now. Not sure it's gonna work. Deep fried ice cream. Trying for that one. And then we also are gonna try a meatball sub.
Okay.
Those are the things that are hopefully coming out very soon. In fact, got it designed. I'm ready to go. I just got to get the kitchen ready.
Yeah. What is the most ordered beer here?
When it's on tap, Cutie Delight, out of a can, Bud Light or Coors Light or Miller Light. It's kind of a toss-up between the three. And then the second beer would probably be anything local. People love the fretboards and the Rheingeists, and obviously Hudie's a Cincinnati staple. And yeah, those are probably the biggest ones right now. It's been pretty consistent since we put the Hudie on. Busch, you love the Busch Light. Busch Latte, as I'm told.
So you just mentioned the cooking thing kind of kicked in later in life, but do you have any like chef inspirations or memories of chefs from when you were younger or anything like that?
Sure, Julia Child.
Yeah.
I really got into her when I was probably in my 30s, but today's chefs would be Anne Burrell and Michael Simon.
Okay.
Especially Michael Simon. I just love his demeanor, and his cookbook is incredible. I take a lot of inspiration on how he cooks for people with autoimmune illnesses. So I think he's pretty neat.
Okay. Tell me about the name Gremlin Pizza.
Oh gosh, here we go. Okay, so this is named after one of my best friends, Kelly.
Okay.
So every story has a drunken moment behind it. Oh, she's gonna hate me. I always have people say to me, name something on the menu after me.
Yeah.
This is truly named after Kelly. So at the end of a night, you're looking through your refrigerator.
Yeah.
We always tease that she could find any to-go box, put it into a pan, multiple to-go boxes, I mind you. The binding agent was always mustard. always, still is.
Yeah.
You never knew if there would be pumpkin seeds thrown in, but she would make the naughtiest casseroles, and we would call it her gremlining. So that's where the gremlin came from. You pick it, we stick it.
So then what's your favorite topping on a gremlin pizza?
I like to say there's 4 for me. I like to, I sweat, I'm thick for a reason. I like all the meats. So anything that's sausage, bacon, pepperoni, and I absolutely love a little bit of onion on there.
Okay.
Yeah, those are my 4.
Cool. Tell me about the top two ordered entrees.
The roasted salad and the Thai's tacos.
Okay.
Those are probably the 2. Well, can you call the salad an entree?
Yeah.
It comes out like an entree. That's become a huge favorite too. I mean, it's a beautiful dish. It's so well constructed and it's really pretty to look at. So that's probably one of the big ones.
So like something that was on the menu, but somebody recreated that you raise your eyebrows at going, maybe we should put that on the menu.
People like to substitute all the time.
Yeah.
And so we've done everything from our chicken crunch inside of a taco to that on top of a roasted. And recently, which kind of surprised me, the shishito peppers, we cut them up like a jalapeno and put them on a pizza. Delicious. I mean, I was ready for like a whole sea of heartburn afterwards, but it was so good.
Yeah.
So I've started doing shishitos on pizza. Why not?
Sounds good.
It's really good. It's really good.
Actually, the Captain Crunch chicken on salad sounds good.
They all are.
Yeah.
I have to try them, of course.
On everything, actually. And then you're going to say yes, but could Ali's be a good date location for somebody in their 20s and 30s? And what could they expect to have fun with on their date?
Yes is the answer. Several things. I'm entertaining. So I see people who come in on dates and you can see there's this little pregnant pause or awkwardness, and I'm always trying to take the temperature of how everybody's doing. And so our staff is really great at making them feel very welcome or asking questions that maybe they wouldn't have said, like, any pets, tell me about your favorite color. And then we also have our darts, our keno, and our pool tables. So those are always good. And I think we have 6 or 7, maybe more TVs. So if you just want to sit and watch sports, we got them on all the time.
Tell me about Ali's being a good place to bring kids.
Absolutely. We have, it's a friend kind of an atmosphere where a lot of the kids will come high school as well without their parents.
Yeah.
They're very well behaved. Good job, Madeira parents, and Indian Hill parents, and everywhere else. They come in and sit down and they're always so respectful. But the younger kids, a lot of times it's soccer or baseball or basketball, and they'll sit down and the first thing I say is, who wants to color? And they all light up, because the one thing I can't stand is them sitting on a tablet for an hour and there's no interaction with the parents, because that's what a meal should be. When you come to a place, it's family time. It's not sit in front of a screen, it's interacting. And so a lot of the things that we have to color with are, everything from word searches to find the picture in the picture. So that kind of stuff. And tons of kids like to play the darts, as long as they're supervised by parents, and the pool tables supervised by parents. They tend to just come in and really just feel welcome. And that's what we try to do with the kids.
Is there a common thread or vibe in your regulars?
Yes, definitely. We're really lucky to have customers who were here before I purchased Ali's, and customers who have become our regulars. And it's always, how are you? Have you ever been here before? Tell me about yourself. It's always very engaging, and it's a neighborhood kind of a vibe, but there's a lot of people that come that aren't from Madeira that are regulars, which I love. The biggest thing is welcoming and laughter. lots of laughter, and people getting to know just you. There's a lot of networking, so it's always connectivity somehow.
What would your regulars say that keeps them coming back?
Our staff. A lot of people come just to see our staff, and a lot of them have been here since day one. So we're really lucky to have the retention rate that we do. That is one. The atmosphere is another. The way that they feel happy. They feel like they're going to come to a place kind of like a Cheers, where they walk in and they're greeted, and how are you? How was your day? That's probably why people continue to come back. That, and we care, which is a big deal. We care about the community. We care about giving back and supporting and donating money and donating to charities and caring about the people that are part of not only Madeira, but like Montgomery and, Indian Hill.
Yeah.
I've had people from Dayton come down for, doing a donation type of a deal. I always say if I go into the ground with $1 and I was able to give a lot of it back, I'm good. Yep.
How do you feel about this quote? Bar people do not live as long as vegan joggers. However, they have more fun.
Absolutely. I'm never going to be vegan, but I'm never going to jog, but I'm damn well going to be sitting at a bar having a good life. Yep, that'd be me.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. This was fun.
50 questions with Ali from Ali's.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.